I have a beat called Bust Down Dash 2022 West Coast Types. Something or another. This beat is rocking. Tell me it's not rocking. I'm gonna say you're wrong. But anyway, this video is about Deion Sanders. And so since Deion Sanders is the belle of the ball, the topic of conversation, so I say let's see who Deion Sanders is, and let's start by saying who he was as a supreme athlete. Now, my father played in the big leagues for 2 years. He was 20 years old when he was playing Major League Baseball. And these uh, guys who have superior athletic abilities, they do tend to think different. Good or bad, they tend to think different. And I believe that to be a supreme or superior athlete, you really do have to have an abnormal amount of confidence in yourself, aka also known as Muhammad Ali, or just like Muhammad Ali. You really have to believe in yourself, and but you have to deliver. Lots of guys talk, but they don't deliver. You know. But Deion Sanders, he could deliver, so he's in the Hall of Fame. He's a Hall of Famer. And let's hear what they have to say about him when he was a young man. Let's go.
But the guy who calls himself Prime Time didn't shy away from the spotlight afterwards.
When I walk on the field, I think the players on the other field, players on the other team respect me, and I respect them also. People don't talk to me. You know, they're happy when they tackle me and enable me to do my thing, but there's no ton going on. Only one guy on their team that's who falls in that category.
Andre Rison was also involved in the war of words this week, criticizing Stinson and the Bears receivers. Rison caught a consolation touchdown late in the game and said he really doesn't have any feud with Stinson.
So these guys who are announcing this is not announcement, but the news people, the news persons, they're saying that Andre Rison at the time caught a consolation touchdown, meaning it meant nothing, and you know he had something to say about it.
Words always fire up a player, but you know, I talked to a guy after the game, and you know, he said he didn't make those particular comments about Ken and me, but he had mentioned them about Deion. You know, but I know Deion was always fired up, and I know I was fired up too.
He's cool. He's a good play. He's a good play. And, you know, all that talking just going on just to get it hyped up for the game. But, you know, I think Deion took it a little bit different.
Yeah. So Deion's still no class?
No class. No class at all.
And
So even back in the day, a lot of guys had a problem with Deion, how he carried himself. I look at Deion as a master showman, but you can't deny he was a good football player. You can't deny that. So even Muhammad Ali, if they didn't win, it wouldn't matter. Am I saying he's on the level of Muhammad Ali? No. Muhammad Ali was more of a humanitarian, and he did speak out more about civil rights. However, athletes, or in my opinion, they aren't responsible for everything. So his job is he gets paid to play football, or they get paid to box. And if they're good at that, if they're a good showman and they can make people want to watch them, the more the merrier, the more the better.
Before leaving town, Deion even got a shot in on the Chicago fans. And that's pretty ironic, considering the White Sox are one of the teams trying to sign Sanders to a baseball contract.
they're the same people who's a bandwagon type fan. Fans that when you do well, they're cheering. When you do bad, they're booing. And I didn't do bad. We lost. So, you know, they're a bunch of bandwagon fans. If Chicago wasn't winning, they'd be at home right now in front of the fireplace.
Somehow you get the feeling we won't be seeing Neon Deion in White Sox pinstripes. But then again, Jeff Torborg and company are probably better off without it. Mark Shanowski for Sports Final.
And by the way, for the record, it's Lemuel Stinson, not Lemuel. And we have to directly point back. Now, you say you know Ryzen and Neon Deion pretty well, and they're all talk, right?
All talk, no action. But I talked to Deion after the game, and he said, Neil, I'm just trying to get a rise out of the guy. And he did it. Dense talk, but I enjoyed it. It reminded me when I was in Florida. A lot of conversation going on, but he backed it up.
Okay, well, nobody knows him, so we're going to let that be. And let's get into Carlton Fisk and what he had to say about Deion Sanders. So the story about Deion Sanders when he was playing on Major League Baseball, Carlton Fisk felt like he disrespected the game. Let's go.
In mind when I think of Carlton Fisk. First of all, the home run you're trying to wait for. The other is well, the other, Carlton, is the fact that you called Deion Sanders on the carpet that time. That's dear to my heart. Yeah, but that's dear to my heart because it's respect for the game, and you are a baseball player. You know what I mean? Just kind of tell me how that transpired.
Well, I'll have to leave out all the expletives.
When the guy says, I'm not sure who this guy is speaking to Carlton Fisk. It sounds like it's a radio show. When the guy says, you are a baseball player, he's saying that Deion Sanders is not a baseball player. That is not a diss. He is saying that Deion Sanders is an athlete. Deion Sanders, if he wanted to, he probably could have played in the NBA. If he had a focused on track, he probably could have, I don't know, won third in the Olympics for the 100-yard dash. Because it doesn't matter how you feel about it. He was clearly gifted with speed and quickness. There's a difference between speed and quickness. The athletes know what I'm talking about. Quick, you can get to what you want to get to fast and right there easily, we'll say. Quickness is being able to get somewhere. When you see it, you look at it, you can touch it. Fast, from point A to point B, that's fast. Who can get there sooner than the other person? So clearly Deion Sanders had that. I'm going to get into my baseball story about Deion Sanders, how I'm connected to him, but go.
You know, I'll have to leave those out. But as you and I know, that the game is a game of integrity, a game of honor, I think, just like the game of golf. And you respect what you're doing. And I didn't think Deion Sanders had much respect for the game, the players that he's playing with, the team he was playing for, or the team or the organization he's playing against.
Now, this is Carlton Fisk. He is a catcher, well known for it was a home run in one of the World Series against the Cincinnati Reds. I don't want to name a year. If I had to guess, I would say 1975 when he pointed to the left field post and he wheeled the ball to stay fair versus not fair. But he's known for that. Great catcher. A baseball player. I was a baseball player, so I understand what he's saying. He's saying Deion Sanders is an athlete and he is there basically to fulfill his contract. Like, he does not love the game of baseball. Let's go, Carlton. Go.
And he showed it when he used to come up to the plate. You know, I'll see if I can give you a little condensed version of what happened, keep it as nice as possible. You know, I don't know if anybody realizes, he'd come up to the plate and saunter up the plate like he owned the stadium. And he used to draw a $sign in the dirt at home plate. And, you know, the second time he did that, the first time I went, oh, man, this guy is crazy. He's driving me crazy already, because he's neon, Deion, and the bling thing. So he draws a $sign in the jerseys.
So Carlton Fisk says that Deion Sanders would walk up to the plate. He's left-handed, by the way. He would walk up to the plate as if he owned the stadium, like he was that guy. Carlton Fisk had a problem with it because Deion Sanders, in his opinion, disrespected the game, the people that love the game, the people that watch the game. He says that Deion Sanders would draw a $sign on the dirt before he came up to bat, and he did it once. And the next time he came up and did it, Carlton Fisk checked him on that. Let's see what Carlton has to say. Go, Carlton.
So then he gets a little pop up to the infield, and he just stands there like, "Oh, how did you? I don't need to run this out because I'm Deion, so I was yelling at him. I said, run the ball out. And he said, huh? What? I said, run the ball out. And he never makes it to first base. He just takes the right and goes into the dugout. And I said, I don't know if anybody's that I have ever played
That's Carlton Fisk right there, folks.
against has disrespected the game like he appears to be doing. Just with his body language and his attitude. And somebody deserves his. And he's not even a baseball player, but somebody deserves him. So he comes up again.
Now he says he's not a baseball player because Deion Sanders played baseball and football. His speed allowed him to do it because speed in baseball is important more than people know. In the 60s, 70s, and 80s, if you could run, you could steal bases, and they would let you get away with not being a good hitter, which Deion was a decent hitter. I believe he hit about 230 something. So what Carlton Fisk was saying was like, he's not dedicated to the game of baseball. He doesn't love it. Let's go, Carlton. Go. I'm not picking sides here, but go, Carlton.
And he draws a dollar sign in the dirt again. And you know what he says, Joe? He says, hey, man, the days of slavery are over. And I went, what? You? No, I can't say what I said. I stood up and I walked up on him face to face. And I said, I don't care whether you're black or blue or pink or red. There's a right way and a wrong way to play this game, and you're playing it wrong. And you know something? I'm an old guy, and it offends guys like me. So if you don't start playing this game right, I'm going to kick your ass right here.
Things come to mind when I think of Carlton.
So I had seen on a documentary about baseball, somewhere I saw it. I'm not sure if I physically saw him write that dollar sign. I'm not sure. But Deion Sanders had played enough baseball. Lots of people don't know this about Deion Sanders. Deion Sanders was drafted to play baseball as well when he went to Florida State. So in the summer, when Deion Sanders wasn't playing football, he was playing baseball for the New York Yankees. People don't know this. I don't know what round he was drafted in. I should know. I should look that up since I'm talking about it. But let's just say he was drafted, so he had enough money that average college kids didn't have what he had. So he could help his friends out, and then he could stay in shape and play baseball in the summer and come back and play football in the fall. So the baseball players, as a baseball player myself, I know the baseball players probably resented the fact of who he was. And part of Deion Sanders' image is for him to just do what he wants to do. And Deion doesn't care about how you feel about it. Deion does what Deion does. And that's it. So there's a lot that goes on in these situations, and you'll never be really able to understand his decisions, why he makes his decisions, how he makes his decisions, unless you're him. I don't believe that Deion Sanders, Muhammad Ali, or any other person is responsible for a whole group of people, but this argument could go either way. You could say he should have stayed at the HBCU, historically black college, or you could say he could go to a Power 5 school and prove that we can perform on that level. I think only time will tell I'm not judgmental over here. I wish him all the best. My story about Deion Sanders is that I was in Pompano, Florida. I was working out for Montreal Expos around 2003, and I was fortunate, if you want to say that, to get to warm up and play, catch with, and train with a few Major League Baseball players. One of those was Rafael Belliard. One of my compliments that I'm happy to talk about is that Rafael Belliard told me, S-Rep, you have a better arm than Deion Sanders. I'll never forget. A ball was hit to right field, and I throw it in to Rafael Belliard, who was playing second base. And I couldn't believe it was. I don't want to use the word surreal, but because I ain't played enough baseball. But how cool is that to get to play the outfield and throw the ball to the infield to somebody that you watched on TV for a few years. But anyway, the Braves were the big deal back then. Deion Sanders clearly was a great athlete. He's an anomaly, so he could almost do whatever he wanted to do. Yes, he had some bad games here and there, but in general, you just can't deny his athletic ability. That's my interpretation of the situation. So what we're going to do is watch and see what happened in 2023. God bless Deion Sanders and God bless Jackson State. Peace.